What's up, guys? It's Blacken back with some more RA content. It has been like a week for you all, but it has been like 3 months for me because I had such a backlog between Fraggle and Combined Arms Tournament all at once, and all of those games played. So we are going to get back into some action. This bottom left, it is going to be Gargamel. We have cast him before, Smurf Actual. I'm not sure where exactly he's from. I think I said he's from Cuba. That's probably not correct though. I think he's on a VPN. But that's okay. His opponent this time is going to be Sir. So I don't know a whole lot about Sir. He has been around for a little bit of while, so I'm not sure what his skill level is going to be, but I've heard these games are pretty good. So I'm excited to get back into this shoutcasting. We are going to be on Hinterland. I do not remember who made this. It looks somewhat like a Pink Thought map, and I mean, just this kind of right here reminds me of Pink Thought, so not sure what to make of this map. Looks like there's only the one oil derricks piece on each side. I feel like I remember playing BD on this one. I don't think I have too much experience with this map at all. A lot of carding ore on this double mine here, but it is kind of spread out. Maybe this is a lad map. It could be lad map too. I don't know. This definitely reminds me of the Pink Thought stuff right here. Kind of just like a weird back angle area. Kind of a weird double mine here. Looks like you got a single mine on the side and that double mine over here. So a lot of ore on this map. A lot of like not great starting eco, but great late game on ORA mine count. Both these players obviously pretty familiar with the map because they are going the exact opposite directions of each other, which is kind of what you see when people know what they're doing. It's like Gargamel does have a little force here to maybe poke at something. Probably not going to get anything at all. These guys are, looks like Sir is a little bit ahead actually, just starting his spore factory. And Gargamel just now placing down that power plant, and though there was not a double F cell, so that was not the difference there. So yeah, he's just got a good 3-second lead, not too shabby at all. Looks like I forgot to mention these factions, so Sir is going to be Russia, and Gargamel is going to be the UK. So we are going to have that Allies versus Soviets here, so beat a little bit faster is going to get that flak truck basically out at the same time a Ranger would come out, which is nice. I mean, Ranger obviously is still going to have that speed bonus, so it'll get into a fight a little bit quicker if there is going to be a fight, but we never know. Looks like Gargamel might be trying to push this old derrick. That's not a bad idea because Sir has retreated all the way back. He's got one rifle here just to make sure there's no scouts, same as Gargamel here. Would like to see if, you know, if Sir sees that this gets pushed right here, you know, that's a good time for him just to tit for tat, come kill this old derrick as well. Ooh, and it looks like we got a bad W select there from Gargamel. He's going to pull that rifle away, so that can be also a way to just freely cap an old derrick there. Bringing his rockets as well, so he's maybe expecting an early APC, something like that. But it is going to be that flak truck, and it is going to be Ranger. I feel like having light vehicles that are more armor based, like the APC or the light tank, has kind of fallen out of favor. I feel like people really want those, get those scouts, especially with the Ranger, with how good it is. Flak, unfortunately, I'm still not super like liking where a flak's out with light tanks, because I feel like it's just once they're spotted by a light tank, you can't really get away. But you know, that kind of is what it is at this rate. Got a harvester coming out for Gargamel in just a second here, and I assume the harvester for, oh, looks like he's actually now behind on harvester. Interesting. We are going to have a little bit of engagement here, and it looks like Gargamel was just setting up for a capture there. So what is Sir's response going to be? He's going to try to come in here with the flak, but I don't think he can quite see. No, he does not see that trap waiting for him. This will probably tell me exactly what I need to know with his control of this flak here. Looks like that Ranger is going to get away with the Engineer, unless it goes right back into this. That would be pretty good. But like, yeah, he's just poking. He didn't try to drive straight in. There is a medic here, so I don't think that's going to work. But, you know, if you could get some free shots on that flak, or that Ranger rather, that would be pretty good. Ooh, nice control there with the flak too. Just kind of keep the pressure on, keep poking, but unfortunately, that flak probably will go down. There's going to be some reinforcements on this backside. And that medic there just healing up everything. Finally getting some rockets, maybe? It's going to be close, yes. Alright, so I think that flak has probably paid for itself there. Oh, and I don't think that Ranger wants to take that fight. Flaks are still pretty tanky versus Ranger. They're a pathetic gun. Looks like Sir, though, he's just setting up his base. His MCV seems to be very far behind Gargamel, since Gargamel is already up and has a medium tank, 2 medium tanks, so I'm not sure what's going on there. I wasn't exactly paying attention to the build queue, but he is 2 tanks behind, and that is not a good sign as Soviets. You always want to be kind of close to allies. Those medium tank numbers can quickly run away, and it makes all the difference there. Oh, okay, I see what Gargamel. So Gargamel did out his MCV. That's kind of where he got advantages there. So yeah, he's gonna have extra tanks. That makes a lot more sense. One MCV plays seem to be super popular too. It's been a while since I've played Red Alert, not since the Fraggle finals. And I mean, even before that, wasn't playing too much to that, so. First heavy tank is out here. Sir is going to pull back all his army. A little bit slower pulling that MCV, but that's okay. He's going to see this army coming in. And I do like this control with the flag, constantly scouting this army. So now Gargamel is going to try to commit here, I think. As long as Sir pulls that Harvester back in time, yes, it is going to get through. Nice little window there. Not taking the best engagement there. That heavy tank was a little late to the front, but now Gargamel's tanks are out of position, and I think Sir wants to take this as much as he can. Both tanks are going to go down at the same time, but there is another tank coming out. And I think Sir is going to take a nice little engagement here. There's not a whole lot of rockets left. Shouldn't lose this heavy tank at all. In fact, it is hardly damaged. So that is a nice little win there. He's got a nice almost 2-1 lead there. Get that Harvester back to work. Drops the ref here, and he's moving out again. So this is looking pretty good. Gargamel is a good player. I've heard he's taken some big names. And Sir seems to be up to the task today, which is nice. Both these players now expanding in the middle. Not the best ref placement there. Should be fine. Ooh, and he might get lucky and scout that with the MCV. The rare MCV scout, you don't see that too often. Gargamel is going to see an MCV coming there, and Sir does see a pillbox, so that should clue him in that there is something there. And he's going to scout with that flak too. Sees the ref, and does see the MCV, so flak might get away, and it is going to get away. That's nice. Oh, and then we're going to have a little bit of engagement here, but Gargamel not exactly ready for this engagement. I think this is going to go in Sir's way. Hopefully a flame tower is coming down shortly. Not quite yet. Gets the Harvester kill. He's got to be very careful here, though. This terrain is going to be a problem, and his tank's kind of getting separated there. Another pillbox coming down, and Gargamel is going to have a nice little engagement here. But I think Sir just has the mass, especially if he can get those tanks in front. But so far, Gargamel is just trading out 2 of his tanks. Just kind of delay here. Another pillbox is going to come up, and we're going to have ourselves a stalemate here. The other side really going to want to push in too much now. Base defenses are going to go down. Harvester gets killed off. That's a nice little win for Gargamel. Nothing going on the backside, so this is a very all-in kind of type of engagement. Just mass against mass, which, you know, this is a pretty big back. I feel like you could have some flanks going on. Looks like none of these players are kind of thinking about that right now. Sir is just, you know, keeping the pressure on here. Flame towers do beat this pillbox, which is nice, and that is going to force Gargamel back. Love to see this flak get repaired. It has been pretty valuable. It's probably one of the better flaks I've seen in a while, but again, I haven't cast a game in a while since they've all been recorded and uploaded a long time ago. Oh no, this MCV gets caught out here. Just as Sir does try to go on the left side. I think this MCV is going to get away for now, but that is a big army for him to deal with. He needs to start putting the pressure on Gargamel now, make him retreat some of those units back to their side. And Sir's going to probably place down a flame tower. He needs to run that MC away continuously, but no, it looks like the medium tanks are going to get on top of it now. And I think it might just barely one more shot from the medium tank, and it's going to go down. Oh, and it gets distracted, goes for the War Factory, sends one medium tank after it. Yeah, that MCV is toast. There's just not enough there. It's going to get the last shot, and it goes down. So that is unfortunate for Sir. He loses his War Factory and an MCV, and then a medium tank gets out. Meanwhile, he is just now responding and pulling us all his army over. Had he attacked here, Gargamel would have been super weak. There is just a little bit of infantry that is just now building quite a few amount of medium tanks. I think some were on those SD, but that could have been a great counterattack here. As it stands, I think Sir's all right. He's in a kind of precarious position here. He's got to get that War Factor back up. His eco seems to be doing okay, but he has to be very careful when he engages in here. There's a lot of units. Both these players similar armory value as well. Getting this MCV for Sir would be a great comeback here. Killing this army would be fantastic, but he's got to be careful. Sir has the armor advantage. Gargamel, ooh, gets some good crushes with that Harvester, and there's another Harvester and a pillbox in the back. Oh man, this is going to be a knife fight for sure, and I think Sir is just going to run out of steam here. He's got one pretty healthy heavy tank, but he's retreating it, and I think that is going to lose him majority of that army. Looks like one rifle going to get away to tell the tale, along with that heavy tank driver, so... Ooh, this is quite a back and forth game. Looks like the War Factor is back out, and there is a tier 2 transition there, which is nice. This medium tank probably not going to get much. There's just enough of a trickle army there. But as it stands, Sir is in a little bit precarious. He's only down about half. Oh, but another MCV. Oh no. Man, these MCVs have been brutal. Both of them getting captured right there. This one, no chance in getting out of there. And that might be his only MCV for the time being. Yes. Hopefully he is building another one, and no, he is not building another one, so he's going to have no production out of his buildings for a while. That might actually be the right move. Looks like I could see him do that MCV now, but, you know, just trying to keep that army value up is huge. You know, it's going to be 40 seconds for that MCV on the timing and make a big difference here. A lot of rockets pretty much instantly burn down that medium tank. Sir's trying to get this heavy tank in front. Once he does, I think he will have enough to take it. But the crushes could be unreal here for Gargamel. So far, not so great. None of them getting any crushes so far, and Sir actually getting more crushes. That entire infantry corps just goes down for Gargamel. Fantastic crushing there. And that is going to be a great way back for Sir. I think that will swing the army values pretty damn close. But Gargamel does have a lot of map control. He is here with a line of pillboxes and an MC support as well. That oil derrick going down finally. And here comes the infantry shredder. Looks like Sir got a little lucky that his infantry rallied out of the way. And he does have an MCV out, but Gargamel has locked down half this map. And there is a little flank here. The engineer might actually spot it. He's got some army to deal with it. He should be okay. No tier 2 units coming out just yet. I guess there is one more ore field for Sir, and that could be a huge lifeline. How much does it have? Oh, it's probably got about 5k there, so that will be nice. I feel like his eco is, it's not quite stalling yet, but he's pretty damn close. Gargamel is going to push up here, and if he loses MCV, that probably will be it for Sir. Instantly runs away. Not a bad idea. Does have the infantry to fight, and that could be nice. He needs to actually use this tank as an MCV shield, but rather use that MCV as a tank shield. I said that backwards, but you know, if you've been watching this channel for any sort of time now, you know that's basically my gimmick, my MO. If you were, yeah, Sir has to. Unfortunately, he only got the one MCV, so every time he undeploys, everything gets reset. But he needs a ref here. I mean, honestly, putting a ref here probably not even a bad idea. But we're gonna have an engagement here. Sir gonna push back. Yeah, loses that medium to the heavy tank. I think Gargamel is probably gonna kill this SD, and that's going to be pretty bad. It's just focused on the infantry now, but he has the armor to do it, so. And I think with that, Sir is in a very, very precarious spot here. He could take this engagement, but I mean, he's going to lose his main base as a result. Looks like he goes ahead and throws it in there, so. There are multiple games I've been told of this, so looks like Sir wants the re already, but Gargamel is going to be up 1-0, and we'll be back with game 2.
Battle control initialized.
Alright, we are on game 2. Looks like Sir is still in purple, and he is Ukraine this time, and Gargamel is sticking with the UK. We are on in hospitality. I feel like this is very similar to, what is it, Desolation? I'm not sure if there's a 1 versus 1 Desolation. There's gotta be, but it, you know, same color palette, obviously. No gem mine this time on this one, just got the 2 mines here, but the same, like, backside, where you can't really build naval, it's just there for decoration. Double mine here. So this is definitely a very classic, quintessential lad map where there's no real single mine expansions, or if there is, it's usually like one in the corner. It's kind of small. Hospital in the middle, single oil derrick piece again. So we'll have to see how this one goes. I don't feel like there's a whole lot of eco here, although you do have a 4 mine start, so maybe a little bit more than I would typically expect in these gems. Definitely not worth it. You don't want to like target them down instantly, it's just going to slow you down. Just get that nice juicy ore right here, and let your harvesters eventually harvest that once they get there. Looks like Sir is going to reveal that he's going for that oil derrick. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Kind of expected. Even if you go for a war factory first on this type of map, you know, you should expect that they're going to get those oil derricks. Engineer comes in a little late. Looks like it was 10-5. Statistically, Trip T says that is not a great plan. You either want it at the very front or the very end. Looks like Gargamel also doing something very similar though. Looks like he was like maybe 7-5. So maybe there's a slight difference there. Who knows? I'm sure Trip T could give you some specific stats on like which one is best, but I'd have to ask him for that. I do like this from Sir. He is going to come out here, pressure this hospital. I mean, he is Soviet, so he's not going to get those heals. So maintaining that hospital is a nice little bonus right there. Gargamel might be considering to come in here. Nope, looks like he's just going to rally all the way back down, bringing out the medic. Sir could absolutely use a dog right now. I mean, it's probably a little bit late, but you know, I feel like I constantly say it, Soviets and dog use is like hand in hand. You really want to use that dog. You know, maybe even throw some grenadiers. Like, I think the last thing you want to do as Soviets is just try to play 2 allies because you just don't have the assets they do. So you're just basically putting yourself at a little bit disadvantage there when you don't use the Soviet uniqueness. You know, heavy tanks are great and I love them, and medium tanks are pretty good too, but you know, medium tanks are a little bit cheaper and they can crush a little bit better because of that, because of the extra mass. So I'm a fan of saying that medium tanks are just slightly better for that reason. You know, more armor means more time for infantry to live, which means more time to win battles, and that's somehow all it comes down to some of the times. You know, with tier 1.5, that's kind of how it is a lot. Ranger coming out here for Gargamel, and I can see that flak is Looks like it's going to be completed before the Ranger, so once again, looks like Sir's got some pretty good macro timing getting that Ranger out, or that flak out before the Ranger comes out. And it looks like, once again, Gargamel going to get that engineer into the Ranger if it slows down for him. He's a little bit slow. He's got to carry that briefcase. And he's just keep running. And then it looks like Gargamel finally going to realize that maybe he's going to push for the Wilderic again, although he's kind of setting up for the hospital. Or maybe he's just going to run this Ranger right into the flak. Oh, he gets so lucky that that flak was not on like a move command there and able to instantly turn onto that Ranger. Once again, 3 medics here, more than enough to deal with a single flak. So we're probably going to get a decent scout off here. Not going to see too much. Going to see that there is a kind of a weirdly placed ref there, but I guess it makes more sense than to place it down here. Gonna poke at Harvester, maybe try to get a block here. Nope, just gonna run it out. I think that's a better idea. Unfortunately, this hospital not gonna do anything other than just provide vision. There is an army here. It is gonna go down. This oil there, once again, unprotected for basically. There's a slightly hidden rifle over there. So once again, trying to poke with that flak, but you know, with medics, probably not a good idea. Might catch this scout, which would be good. I feel like if you know your opponent has a bunch of medics in their like blob right here, you're better off just trying to find auxiliary rifle scouts, poke with that, or you know, set up your own little attack, especially if you know that the ranger's somewhere else too. That could be pretty good. But as you can see, 3 medics, more than enough to out heal that flak. He's gonna poke away at the ranger, and that's nice. And this could be really good. Oh, Sir's just a little bit out of position there on that attack, but he is barely going to take this. He's got to be very careful though. If he loses that flak, that will quickly turn the tide, and he does lose the flak. And with that, he's going to lose vision, and he's trying to run his rifles and rockets away. Medium tank coming out again, so once again, it looks like a delayed MC from Gargamel. He is just now building one. But Sir is definitely in a precarious position here. He is building heavy tank first. Okay, so both these players are going to take first, which is quite interesting. Neither player decided to move out that MNCV. That's alright. Maybe with this extra eco in their base, they're thinking they don't need one. Never mind. It looks like Sir already has the second MCV out. I'm just a little bit slow, but hey, that's what happens when you take a 3-month break, right? Gargamel got his second MCV out. Both these players expanded in the same direction. Only difference is Sir is going to be a little bit behind here. I think he's going to be okay. There is 0 rocket density there. Looks like he managed to kill all those off earlier. And there is a flame tower ready, so this is going to go very poorly for Gargamel. Once again, Sir is going to have a fantastic engagement here. A little preemptive on that flame tower. Would love to see him just kind of wait. Maybe try to place it right here so you can cut down on the retreat, but as it stands, that's going to be a nice little advantage there. Just in the destroyed last, because that army value is still in Gargamel's favor. And where was that MC going? He had 2 of them up there. That's kind of weird. Like he's going to push down here to this corner, try to cut off Sir from there. Not a bad idea at all. In fact, if he actually just cuts it off right here, that could be a great little trap. It's probably close enough to 2 that you can kind of base push into that ore field. That would be really great. Sir, on the other hand, he's kind of ahead of Gargamel in that aspect. He already has a ref down there. Now he's moving an MC toward the middle. Has a rifle scout this time, so he's not going to lose it to a random attack, which is pretty good. Gargamel staying out of this oil derrick vision for now. Just decides he is going to go in and kill it. But Sir has a little bit of army right there, and whoa, why did my frames just like drop there? That was weird. Like I was on 50% speed somehow. But he's going to poke here at Gargamel. Should be very rare, yeah, especially once he sees that pillbox. Sounds to retreat there, that's the correct move. This flame tower is just out of range of Gargamel's vision. Could maybe be burning that down if he really wants to. But this is kind of a weird game. Both these players, Gargamel has a lot of army over here. Nothing over here. Oh, this MCV might get revealed by the crushing. See if Sir reacts to it. Wish I had his point of view to see if he's just checking. And more fencing getting crushed over here. Yeah, once again, both these players kind of deathballing. Sir has a little bit of army over here. And MC is going to kind of get into the back lines here. Harvester's just instantly pulled off, and I think once again, Gargamel a little bit too early on that engagement, needs to get a good concave there. Sir is going to force him back, and I think Sir is correct to push here. He does have the smaller numbers, but you know, he can just whittle that away. That'll be good. But yeah, I'm not sure about this. Gargamel is very deathbally right now. Sir is starting to split, which is his Q over here. I mean, if he is aware, that would be so good. This MSV goes back the wrong way. Nope, it is going to go retreat away from his army. Unfortunate for there. But I almost kind of want to see one of these players just kind of dive in the middle right now. You know, probably Sir, since he's a little bit more split and Gargamel's just pushing over here. If you know Gargamel has his army over here and you kind of keep track of it, which if he had his flak, that would be great for. You could, you know, just place defense here, stop these little threats here. Probably have a rifle scout right here, so none of this could get by. That harvester instantly getting pushed down. This one, it's gonna get away. Oh, a Tesla coil being pushed in the back, but it is gonna get onto that medium tank, which is nice. And it's gonna cut down a lot of the armor right there. Oh, and the pillbox on this side, just perfect range. And that infantry just stops and gets shredded. And yeah, Gargamel is stealing this ore away from Sir, which is kind of funny. Though a tier 2 transition into Thieves would be super fun right now. I see that Gargamel looks like he is building radar first. Looks like he keeps trying to push on this right side. Sir just keeps kind of littling away. You know, that is going to trade him up in army value. At the same time, like, Gargamel's just in a little bit better position again. Looks like Sir is finally aware of this. That harvester is not going to get away. Honestly, leave that ref there. Get some Thieves out. That would be a really nice play right there. Sir is going to finally push down here, but I don't know who's going to win this. The tanks are not in perfect position. The tanks are not in great position for Gargamel either. But here comes the crushes so far. Those are pretty damn good crushes again. And once again, Sir channeling his inner cav there, going to get some good crushes. Might get the radar for his trouble. I guess it's not the worst thing in the world, but that army is going to get traded out. But I think he traded pretty efficiently there. Army values are very much the same. Destroyed loss looking a little bit better for Sir, and he might get some of those troops out. If he can get that tank out, that would be pretty big. That would be a nice little keep there. But here we go. It's like Gargamel is going to be the one that dives into the main first. And I kind of like this play. It's kind of what I was talking about earlier when both these players are kind of splitting on the far side. Just a quick little dive in there. You know there's going to be an SC, a War Factory, a nice little tech there. Sir going back and killing that ref. Not gonna Dave lock it. That's okay. Gargamel gets one harvester here. Probably going to get a second one. Looks like he's pushing down here. Got another harvester. I think Sir is in a bad position once again. Gargamel just a little bit quicker on some tactical decisions. But I think Sir's micro has been a little bit better than Gargamel so far. But that is 2-0. And we'll be back for game 3 in just a moment.
Battle control initialized.
Alright, we are back here for game 3. Looks like this time Gargamel is going to be the UK once again. And Sir has switched it up to Germany. Is that the switch he needed? Did he need to be an Allies player to beat Gargamel? We will find out. We are on Fury Sands. I think this is a very old map nowadays. I want to say maybe Esco made it. Kind of like this bit right here with the two old arcs in the middle, kind of like in a weird surrounded area. It's very easy to just contest these from either side. But the map itself is definitely dated, I feel like. Got a nice 2-mine start here with your third one down here. The space is kind of like very small. Obviously going to be very hard to get to. There's a double mine for each player, kind of towards the middle, and then like a bigger single mine in the corner. You have this nice little single mine back here. Unfortunately, I just think this map is a little bit too choky, or at least there is 0 flanks on this map nowadays. You basically pop an MCV here, actually probably just pop an MCV here, and that will shut down basically this half of the map. And I mean, maybe if you're aggressive, you try to push your MCV across here and just build over the little cliff if you can. Pop an MC or something down there, ref, and that pretty much shuts off the map and it becomes 0 way to cut through. It becomes an RD war, it becomes very stale. That is my opinion, and my opinion is not always right. Looks like Sir is going to take some nice early engagement here. Gargamel, gonna run those rifles away. Oh, that engineer. Looks like it was very luckily timed there. 1 more second, and I think Gargamel might have actually got that engineer. Looks like Sir is gonna get away with his 2 old Erics. Gargamel has an engineer slowly in the wings. Looks like he stopped to get that old Eric in the backline first. I mean, I like the play here from Sir. You know, get these 2, get that pump in a little bit easier, and this one is much safer. I think Gargamel obviously went with the safe route. Make sure he's not losing anything there. And oh, Sir, a little bit of trouble here. He might lose his engineer, and he might actually lose this battle completely, because that is just the perfect angle there. And yes, that engineer does go down. That is the worst start we've seen from Sir so far. And Gargamel, unfortunately, there taking some nice stellar lead there. Armory value is 18 to 200. Surge lost basically everything. And Gargamel, if he's really smart right now, I would run everything over here like now, get some early rockets out, and just camp here, because you can easily take these with your engineer, and it'd be very hard for Sir to come back right there. You know you killed a lot of his infantry. Sir's gonna go back for another engineer to get that old Eric. That makes a lot of sense. But yeah, Gargamel is in a huge lead right now. I mean, 3 old Erics, you can basically start pumping out rifles after 3 harvesters. More than enough, and just constantly run them up. And you know, ooh, Sir going with the triple ref here. That is interesting. So we're gonna see some difference in build orders right now, which is always nice to see. Gonna see a ranger there, so he's probably just being a little bit more passive. Sir does have like 8 rifles here, but again, this is more than enough to deal with that. If you got an early light tank coming, sure, but the rockets would be there for that. As it stands, that light tank is going to be pretty far away. I wonder if we're going to see the triple F light tank move that Fazar has perfected from Sir. We'll have to see. There's a lot of old Erics on this map. You don't want to just leave them away. This ranger probably going to get a scout on those rifles, yes. There is a light tank push here, but I think Sir is going to be in a little bit of trouble here. I mean, there's only 3 rockets. If he gets a good jump on them, and so far that light tank has not got hit. Oh, it's going to go down. Unfortunately, the infantry not engaging with the light tank, that would have been pretty big. Sir trying to run that engineer in now, but he's got to wait for another light tank, which is going to have another. Nope, it is a harvester, so not a triple light tank rush Fazar style. Instead, it's just a triple ref build. Ranger finding a free rocket there. That's a nice little grab. Probably going to get out of dodge because there is an SD out. Harvester a little bit slow to get onto that ore, but hey, that's alright. Maybe it just came out and I'm just casting curse here. We're going to see an MC move up too, which is, you know, not a bad idea here. I guess I kind of forgot about this ore patch too. So there's a lot of ore patches here, but just not a whole lot of room to maneuver on them. So we're just going to get the MC there, park it here. It's got a decent amount of micro, you know, 3 Raxes on, looks like 4 Hars. We're going to be 5th here, so it's kind of a variant of a triple ref build. Maybe he just wanted that extra ref, or extra, I'm struggling now. He wanted that extra harv just so he could pump out some more infantry right here. I mean, he did know he was behind, so maybe he's got some talent there. I think he's made some good decision making. His micro's been pretty good. But we'll have to see. This is a very precarious position. You know, these light tanks don't typically land up too well once these medium tanks start getting up high in numbers. Ranger trying to take on a light tank there. Not going to work out super well for him. I'd like to see Gargamel just kill these off now. He kind of let Sir come back in this game not controlling these. I think that would be a very easy point just to end this game early, but we'll have to see. There is a lot of light tanks out here. There's only 2 medium tanks out for Gargamel, so he's got to be careful. No rifle scouts out. The Ranger is somewhere going up here. It was repairing. But yeah, every light tank that can get shaved off early is going to be a huge advantage for Gargamel right now. This could go Sir's way. There's a lot of light tanks in the wings. And he's going to get a nice little engagement here. And Gargamel is kind of staying when he should run. He kind of wanted to run and then try to turn back. He's going to lose a medium tank, so that's a nice win there for Sir. He might actually have a chance here. His only problem is there already is a bunch of pillboxes. I'm sure another one is coming up, yes. Let's see it building from that MCV. I think this is probably going to be an all-in push right here. Sir is either going to push through here and win or not. Light tanks are going in for the crushes. They get some great crushes once again. But there is a lot of harvesters here for Gargamel. He could use them as tanks if he wants to. But unfortunately, with no armor left, Sir is just going to take a bunch of losses here. Gargamel needs to not chase here with his rifles, though. Just sit behind your pillboxes. Take the lead that is given to you. Oh, light tank getting poked away right there, and does go down. And now Gargamel is trying to use the harvesters as a little bit of a tank here, but his armor value is running out. Sir is trickling in some more reinforcements. And another harvester going to go down. That is brutal for Gargamel. He's down to just 3 harvesters, and one of them is only on an active field. Not sure what that was. That might have been the Ranger. It looks like Sir has clawed his way back into his game. His army value lead is pretty good. Destroy loss is also looking strong. And yeah, Gargamel being hurt so badly on Eco right there is going to be a big problem. He's moving his MSV again, but honestly, he should just stick here, build another ref. You know, you're not likely to get too much from moving over here with the MC, especially because that mine is all the way over there. So maybe he just wants to pop a ref and then move the MC back. Maybe that's an idea. Same time, he could have just moved his MC down here slightly and crawled this way while still controlling this patch, because this is a hugely important patch. And look at this from Gargamel. Second MC out here trying to leech away that ore, but Sir has found it, and there's only 1 pillbox here. And there is a lot of rockets to deal with that. There is no pillbox micro coming out from Gargamel right now. I think he's a little bit too stressed. Sir has got him on the back streets. Those light tanks are going to be able to hunt down the Nips V. There's no getting away there. It's trying its best. Oh, it does deploy. That could be good, but it still will go down. There's plenty of infantry corps. Kind of a counterattack here from Gargamel, but not great so far. Gets cleaned up easily by Sir, and the medium transition is there. Looks like the MC does get sold off, and Gargamel is in a world of hurt. It is 5 overtures over 5, but you can see the assets are strongly in Sir's favor right there. Earned is not that much more, but is a little bit more. The combat definitely heavily in Sir's favor right there. That is a 4-1. You don't see that too much off. I guess it's closer to 3-1 right now, but destroy loss is also looking pretty damn good there. This is Sir's game to lose. After having a terrible early game, he somehow comes back, which has kind of been the opposite of the last 2 games. He had great early games and then kind of lost in the middle there, so I'm not sure there's a way back for Gargamel right now. Maybe if Sir throws that entire army into those pillboxes, that could be it, but he doesn't really have much to defend his base. They can't really defend all these places at once, so not sure what these tanks are doing. They're so far away from his infantry corps, but Gargamel is in a world of hurt right now. I think once this attack lands here, that should be probably time to throw in the towel for Gargamel. Maybe he'll throw it in now that he's losing this base as well. Or maybe just gonna fight it out. You know, you always like to see that, but Sir is turning this map purple, and what little green there is fading. This attack here in the main, gonna get some bad crushes with those medium tanks. All that army is gone, but it doesn't matter. This was Gargamel's eco lifeline right here. Try to tier 2 transition, but I don't think he had time to get any sort of artilleries out. And those light tanks just being super annoying, poking down on his power. Is he low power? He's not low power. And where's Gargamel? Where is Sir gonna go now? Is he gonna go for the main base? Main base probably a great idea right there, just because you know the War Factory and the SC are there. And look at all this reinforcements coming in. Yeah, he could just absolutely steamroll this. There is not enough rockets. In fact, there is 0 rockets for Gargamel right now. Does not matter. Sir is going to kill the army, because why not? It's always smart to kill the army. But he does not need to. He could just assault move through this base, and there's nothing Gargamel could do. He's trying to retreat, trying to save as much as he can, maybe stall, maybe get some artillery out. That could somehow work, but I don't think he's actually building artillery. No, he is building artillery, so stamina corrected. I see that there is a helicopter transition here, but again, the army value is just a little bit too much. Back down to 3-1, almost 2-1 actually, but maybe we can have a miracle artillery right here. So far, it has not been the miracle that is needed. That one will be pretty good. Oh, was not actually that great, and the artillery goes down, gets one more shot off, and it missed. And that should spell the end for Gargamel now. Last tank is barely gonna get out of there before there is GG, so Sir comes back from a very brutal early game to make it 2-1. But that will be it for next week. We'll have to see if he can catch up in the next games next time.